The Gambia, often called the smiling coast of Africa, presents an image of idyllic charm to the world. It's West Africa's smallest mainland nation, yet it boasts golden beaches, abundant sunshine and warm hospitality. Tourists, predominantly from Europe, flock here seeking relaxation along the Atlantic coastline and the vibrant bird life in its reserves. The River Gambia, snaking through the heart of the land, is the lifeblood of the nation. Gambian culture is rich and diverse, a tapestry woven from various ethnic groups, each with unique traditions, music and languages. Markets bustle with activity, offering everything from intricate crafts to fresh produce. However, this sun-kissed facade can sometimes obscure more complex realities that lie just beneath the surface. The warmth of the Gambian smile is undeniable, but it's important to look deeper to understand the full context of the lives behind those smiles. Beneath the vibrant tapestry of mainstream tourism, a more insidious phenomenon has taken root in the Gambia: sex tourism. For several decades, the Gambia has become a destination where the lines between genuine cultural exchange and transactional relationships blur. The term sex tourism conjures images of exploitation and moral decay, and it's a label that many Gambians find offensive and distressing. It operates in the shadows, often disguised as companionship or romance, particularly involving older European women and younger Gambian men. This undercurrent taints the genuine hospitality for which the country is known, creating a complex and often uncomfortable reality for both locals and discerning tourists. The impact of this shadow economy is far-reaching, distorting local perceptions of relationships, creating social tensions and perpetuating harmful stereotypes. The Gambian economy is heavily reliant on the tourism sector, contributing significantly to the nation's GDP. Hotels, restaurants, taxi drivers, craft market vendors and tour guides all depend on the steady stream of visitors. However, this dependence creates a fragile economic ecosystem. When tourist numbers dwindle, the impact is felt immediately and acutely across the country. A significant portion of the revenue generated by tourism does not always trickle down to the average Gambian. Much of the tourism infrastructure is foreign-owned, meaning that profits are often repatriated. The stark reality of poverty underpins many of the social challenges the Gambia faces. Youth unemployment stands at a staggering 35%. This economic desperation creates a fertile ground for transactional relationships to flourish. The vast disparity in wealth between the average tourist and the average Gambian creates an inherent power imbalance. International money transfers accounted for a staggering 50% of the Gambia's economy in 2021, highlighting the reliance on external financial inflows. The socio-economic landscape of the Gambia paints a challenging picture for its youth, who are brimming with aspirations but often find themselves staring into a future of limited opportunities. With youth unemployment hovering around 35%, the struggle to make ends meet is a daily reality for many young Gambians. Education does not always translate into viable employment, leading to frustration and a yearning for a more prosperous life. This yearning is often amplified by exposure to Western lifestyles through media and interactions with tourists. For many young Gambians, engaging with visitors offers a potential route to financial stability, or even a chance to escape poverty altogether. The motivations are complex and varied, often driven by a pragmatic assessment of available options. The dream of escape and prosperity walks a tightrope, balanced precariously between hope and the harsh realities of their circumstances. The term bumster is a local colloquialism in the Gambia, used to describe young Gambian men and increasingly women who actively seek out interactions with tourists. These individuals are not a monolith. Their motivations, methods and experiences vary greatly. For some, it is a full-time occupation, a way to earn a living by offering services as informal guides or companions. For others, it is a more opportunistic endeavor, a chance encounter that might lead to a temporary benefit or a more lasting connection. The stories of those labeled as bumsters are often tales of resilience, resourcefulness, and quiet desperation. Many come from impoverished backgrounds with limited education and few formal job prospects. The tourist beaches and entertainment strips become their workplaces where they hone their skills in approaching visitors. The interactions can range from seemingly innocuous offers to help carry bags to more direct propositions for companionship. The emotional toll on these young individuals can be significant, facing stigma within their own communities and the constant uncertainty of relying on the fleeting presence of tourists. While some success stories exist, many others are left disappointed, exploited, and heartbroken. The Gambia is a nation where culture and faith are deeply interwoven into the fabric of daily life. With approximately 80% of the population identifying as Muslim, Islamic values concerning family, modesty, and community honor hold significant sway. Against this backdrop, the phenomenon of sex tourism creates considerable cultural tension and moral dissonance. The behaviors associated with these interactions often stand in stark contrast to cherished societal norms. The presence of a visible sex tourism industry impacts how Gambians are perceived, both by outsiders and by themselves. This is deeply troubling for a society that places a high premium on dignity and self-respect. Activists and cultural commentators within the Gambia have voiced strong concerns about these impacts. Musician and activist Ali Cham, known as Killer Ace, has been outspoken about how sex tourism continues to plague the country and degrade the community. The challenge for Gambian society is to address these issues without succumbing to victim blaming or further marginalizing those who are already vulnerable. The Gambian government has put in place legal measures aimed at curbing exploitation. The Children's Act of 2005 criminalizes child exploitation in its various forms. The Tourism Offences Act of 2003 addresses various issues related to the tourism sector. However, the existence of laws is one thing. Their consistent and effective enforcement is quite another. Reports suggest that enforcement of these acts can be inconsistent, sometimes lax, and occasionally undermined by corruption or a lack of resources. The complexities of proving exploitation, particularly in seemingly consensual transactional relationships, further complicate enforcement efforts. Despite the challenges posed by sex tourism and exploitation, there are dedicated individuals and organizations within the Gambia working tirelessly to protect vulnerable populations. The Child Protection Alliance has been at the forefront of efforts to safeguard children from abuse and exploitation. Their work involves sensitizing communities about the dangers of child exploitation, training law enforcement and social workers, and lobbying for stronger legal frameworks. Beyond child-specific initiatives, there are broader efforts to promote more sustainable and ethical forms of tourism. Jalamang Danso, a Gambian tourism professional, champions initiatives like the Ninki Nanka Trail, a community-based tourism project. These efforts are complemented by a growing awareness among some international tour operators and travelers about the ethical implications of their choices. The unveiling of the Gambia's hidden struggles with sex tourism is not intended to deter visitors, but rather to foster a deeper understanding and encourage a more conscious approach to travel. The beauty of the Smiling Coast is undeniable, and the warmth of its people is genuine. However, true appreciation for any destination involves acknowledging its complexities. For travelers, this means embracing ethical tourism practices, being mindful of power dynamics, and ensuring that tourist spending benefits local communities. Supporting community-based tourism initiatives can contribute directly to local empowerment and sustainable development. The Gambian government has a critical role to play in ensuring robust enforcement of laws and promoting diversified and sustainable tourism models. Ultimately, the hope is for the Gambia to be known for its vibrant culture, stunning natural beauty, and the resilience and dignity of its people. It is a call for a tourism of conscience, where every visitor becomes an ally in building a brighter, more equitable future for the Gambia.